Hello and welcome to PreCalc Lesson 103. That marker is not working. Did not make it in. Alright, PreCalc 103. Today we're going to play some games with logarithms. The first one is this. We're going to combine a long string of logarithms into a single logarithm. So here's what we have. 3 ln of x squared minus 1 minus 2 ln of y minus 4 ln of x plus 1. Ooh, this is a doozy. Plus 2/3 ln of y squared plus 1. Now, the idea with this is simple. We are trying to combine this ugliness into one single log. I'm going to sneeze. That's okay. All right. Watermelon. Watermelon. Water. Melon. Didn't work. All right, moving on. So the idea is that I'm going to use my rules of logs to combine these into one single log, and my answer will be ln of something quite ugly. Okay, how am I going to do this? Well, first of all, I'm going to deal with the numbers in front, because I cannot combine the logs until those are gone. So first, we have ln of x squared minus 1 cubed minus ln of y squared minus ln of x plus 1 to the 4th plus ln of y squared plus y to the 2/3. Now I can combine them. All the positive ones will go on top because they're multiplied. All the negative ones go on the bottom. So it's actually quite simple. We have x squared minus 1 cubed times y squared plus y to the 2/3 over y squared times x plus 1 to the 4th. And that is it. Yeah, that's all we got. Did they simplify? They did not. So, they did. So here, this can be factored into x minus 1 times x plus 1 cubed. So I can cancel with this x plus 1 to the 4th. All the x plus 1 cubes go away. It's kind of a little sneaky there. But let me show that one more time. So we had x squared minus 1 cubed over x plus 1 to the 4th. X squared minus 1 is the same as x squared minus 1 squared, which is a difference of squares. So that would be x minus 1 times x plus 1. All of this is to the 3rd power. And you're dividing this by x plus 1 to the 4th. So I can cancel out the x plus 1s. Except for that one on the bottom. But this is your answer. So the idea is that you are combining all of these terms into one single log. Now, the opposite can be done as well. So if I wanted to undo this and combine it into logs of all linear powers, right? So it's just log of something, it's not log of something cubed or whatnot. I could do the same thing. All the ones on top are positive, all the ones on the bottom are negative. So let's take this example again. I would have ln of x minus 1 cubed plus, because this one's on top, ln of y squared plus y to the 2/3 minus all the ones on the bottom. So I have minus ln of y squared minus ln of x plus 1. Now, the last step is that I have to get rid of these powers. So this is going to be 3 ln of x minus 1 plus 2/3 ln of y squared plus y minus 2 ln of y minus ln of x plus 1. And that is that. Now, if that were our whole lesson, that would be a walk in the park. But we have more log problems as well. You've probably heard up to this point about acids and bases. Bases, right? So an acid like hydrochloric acid can be used for many different things. You even have citric acid in your orange juice. Conversely, we have bases which have a lower pH value, or sorry, higher pH value, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Which will then neutralize the acid. So, how do we measure whether or not something is an acid or a base? Well, we use the pH scale. And we really don't have to care about any of that until we get to it in chemistry. In this class, all I need you guys to know is that 10 to the negative pH is the hydrogen concentration. And if you take the log of both sides, you get that pH equals the negative log of the hydrogen concentration. So with these two equations here, you can find anything they're going to ask you for. If they give you the pH, you can find the hydrogen concentration by plugging into this equation, right? 10 to the negative whatever that number is how much hydrogen is in there. Or if they give you the hydrogen concentration, you can plug into this equation and find the pH. Now, what I would caution on this is that your units on pH has no units. It is unitless, but your units on hydrogen concentration are grams per mole. So, important for you to know that. Sorry, why did I say grams per mole? Moles per liter. There we go. So, let's try an example problem. Find the pH of a liquid if H plus, these little square brackets just mean the concentration. If H plus is 4.03 times 10 to the negative 6 moles per liter. How am I going to do that? Well, I want to find pH, so I'm going to use the equation where pH is already solved for. So that's negative log of 4.03 times 10 to the negative 6, which is approximately 5.4. That's your answer. Plug into that equation and solve. So make sure you memorize these equations and do it quickly so you will not suffer the confusion. All right, we want to find the concentration of hydrogen ions if the pH of the liquid is 7.05. In this case, I'll use this equation because it's already solved for the hydrogen concentration. I'll plug in the pH and solve. This is 8.9 times 10 to the negative 8 moles per liter. And that, my friends, is problem set 103.